right, folks, day 4 of Fire Academy. We talked a lot about cancer and health and kind of PTSD, all the traumatic events that firefighters and first responders experience. We hit cancer very heavily because of all of the kind of smoke inhalation and all of the off-gassing that all of these products that are in our building, products and materials that are in these buildings give off after they're burnt, right? You have plastics, you have asbestos, you have all of these different things that you're breathing in or potentially breathing in or that your skin is absorbing when you're going in to fight a fire. I think cancer within firefighters is like the chance that a firefighter gets cancer is significantly higher than the average civilian because of everything we're exposed to. So we hit that very hard. It was very interesting. I don't remember the exact stats, but let's say we're 5 or 10 times more likely than the average civilian to get cancer. And there were a ton of studies done across the entire, across the nation, basically looking into firefighters and cancer and cardiac, and even kind of like suicidal stuff. You know, a lot of that happens in the fire service, unfortunately. A lot of trauma is seen. We went through and we each shared a traumatic experience that we had saw a lot. Well, I haven't been on an ambulance. I'm just an ENT, so I don't have firsthand experience, but a lot of people are paramedics already, and they were sharing stories about the first call that they went to or a traumatic call, and it was interesting to hear everybody's view on it, you know? I just shared that my property burned down, and I'm going through that. It's a very traumatic experience for me right now. Dealing with the insurance company. Am I going to lose a ton of money on this deal? The people that were living in the property, you know, they had to move out and they had to find a new place to live. So there's lots of stressful things there, but not on like everybody was okay in that fire, you know, so it's not like the trauma of these paramedics and first responders that have to go and they, see somebody that's super ill or somebody that got in a car accident and they're kind of giving firsthand care to this person, you know. So my experience was a little bit different, but I haven't been on an ambulance yet. But very cool to hear their experiences. I feel myself desensitizing day by day. It's pretty wild. It's what you have to do as a firefighter and first responder. But yeah, so last night after I made that video, I watched a firefighting movie called Backdraft. It's based on Chicago, which I live in Chicago right now. It's based out of a Chicago fire station. It was a very interesting movie. Kind of touched on the culture and I guess political corruption on in that particular movie. But it was very cool. It taught me a lot about the culture of firefighting. I had never watched a firefighting movie before. I'm not a big movie guy, but it was actually good to kind of just watch that. It was recommended to me. So, yeah. We also did go over a little bit of culture things when you're a probationary firefighter. You never sit in the big lazy lounge or sofa chairs. You're the last one to sit down at the dinner table and the first one to get up, and you're doing all the dishes. If you can't cook, find one good recipe that you can cook to offer if you do need so, and then trash, coffee, and bathrooms. So you got to clean the bathrooms, always have coffee on for everybody at the station, and then take out the trash. So those are the big proby things that these seasoned firefighters mentioned that we should be doing at the fire station. You got to earn your keep. You got to show respect. It's a very kind of hierarchical job. Follow the chain of command for sure. But yeah, very interesting day. We took another quiz, 8-question quiz. I think everybody in the class got nearly 100%. One person got 95. The rest of the class got 100%. So we did really good there. Lots of PowerPoints. It was a slow day, but also, you know, an informative, interactive day. The teachers that we had today. So it's like rotating teachers or instructors, you know, some days you have some people, some days you have other people because, yeah, so the people that were there today were really fun. They were on the younger side, which brought a little more energy, a lot more relativity, because we're a young class, you know. So when we have like 60-year-old teachers teaching a class that's, I mean, majority of people are younger than me. I'm 28. I'm kind of like on the older side, or like I think there's like three other 28 years old. Sorry. I think there's a couple 30-year-olds, couple 31-year-olds, and one 41-year-old. So maybe like 5 to 7 of us, but the rest of the class is basically between 20 and 23, I would say. So very young class. But again, so I joined the military late. My motto is later rather than never. You know, that seems to be my thing. I come around to doing things later rather than never, and I wish I would have done it sooner, but I've also had so many incredible experiences in my life, right? So don't let age be something that kind of pushes you down. I think the limit in Illinois, you can't be past 35 years old and join a full-time fire department unless you've already worked as a firefighter in a different station or a different district, or if you're coming off of active duty military. So a couple caveats there. The guy that's 41 in my class, he's actually a single role paramedic. So he's only on the ambulance, but he's contracted with like a private company that contracts ambulance or paramedics. But he's just getting this certification for them. So he's not even going to be able to join the, like a different fire station, he was saying. At least that's the way I understood it, because he is past that age, you know, so something kind of interesting there. But yeah, great day. Super excited for tomorrow. I think we're going to have another PowerPoint study hard day. Then next week will be the first time that we put on our gear. I don't necessarily think we're going to be doing anything with it. I think we're going to be, what do they call it? Donning and daffing, meaning putting on gear and taking it off. I forget the correct terminology on it, but I'm probably making a fool of myself right there. But yeah, so cheers. Hope you had a great day. Bye.